I think now it is coming. Maybe. Sir, I have to start again. Will you stop the recording? You can stop and again you can start, sir. Continuously only. Okay, you will cut it, huh? Okay, okay. Then I will start again. Okay, friends, there is an issue with regard to screen sharing. Okay, Mudra. Mudra means Micro Units Development Refinance Agency. This full form also you have to remember, especially 1 to 2 people. The full name it is called as PMMY, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, because Prime Minister has started this. Mudra is, the purpose of Mudra is micro units development only. First important thing. Objective of this particular Mudra is to fund the unfunded micro units. The micro units which are not got any loan, those micro units to be funded. This is the objective when Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana came into picture. And what type of loans they can give? You can give term loan, you can give working capital, no problem. Who is the target group? Non-corporate small business segment. That means corporates cannot be financed under PMMY like companies and all. But individuals, proprietorship, partnerships can be financed. There was no issue. You can finance to any purpose, manufacturing or small anything. And please remember, SHGs are also eligible. Only thing is, SHG should activity what they are doing is important. If they are doing MSME activity, they are eligible. If they are doing a agriculture activity like crop loan and all, they are not eligible to cover under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Automatically, they can't be covered under CGFMU also. Very, very important. I told you, private limited companies who are all not eligible under Mudra, generally they will ask. They will not directly ask who are eligible. Who are eligible means we write individual, proprietorship and partnership. Please remember, other than these three, any item they are giving, they are not eligible. For your knowledge purpose, you should remember is private limited companies, HUF, trust, high risk rated account. All these accounts are not eligible. What is the quantum? What is the quantum of loan we can finance under Mudra? Maximum 10 lakhs. Under 10 up to 10 lakhs, whatever loan you are giving for manufacturing or service sector, it is called as Mudra. Even Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, 10,000 rupees if you are financing also, that amount also will be classified under Mudra only. Next, what is meant by this SKT? Please remember, for examination point of view, this is very, very important. Mudra, you can sanction maximum 10 lakhs, I told. Out of these 10 lakhs, they have bifurcated into three categories. That is called Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. We cannot remember every time in the exam hall, we may confuse. So keep a logic, SKT or Sanskrit. Sanskrit means SKT will come. So Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. Shishu means loans up to 50,000. Kishore means 50,000 1 to 5 lakhs. Tarun means 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs. These numbers you have to remember. Shishu means up to 50. Okay. Kishore means 5 lakh 1, 50,000 1 to 5 lakhs. Then Tarun means 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs. So many times they have asked in the examination one of these names and asked what will be the exposure for this particular name. So that is the reason we should carefully understand this. Any government schemes, PMEGP, NRLM, MANULM, any loan, if you are giving up to 10 lakhs, even Weaver Mudra, it is classified as Mudra only. Even agriculture activities also will be covered under Mudra, not only MSME activities. It was added later. What type of agriculture activities they will add? Pisciculture, beekeeping, poultry, livestock, grading, sorting, anything, even food and agro industries also will be covered. But only exception is direct crop loans if you are giving, land improvement loans you are giving, for irrigation, for wells, these accounts cannot be classified under Mudra. Food and agro, okay, we can go ahead, okay. And all these accounts are eligible to be covered under CGFMU. CGFMU stands for Credit Guarantee Fund for Micro Units. How the assessment will be taken care in Mudra loans? Please remember, for Mudra, the margin is 15%. That means term loan you can finance 85% of the project cost. Working capital also you can finance up to 15 to 25%. That means this is a margin. But assessment, how you will do under working capital limit? Always working capital limit will be assessed under three categories. Maybe Chandrasekhar Reddy sir, while taking class on credit policy, he might have told you turnover means up to 5 crores we can finance under turnover method. MPBF method means 5 to 25 crores limits we will be assess under MPBF method. About 25 crores, we will assess under cash budget method. This is the general thing. Some exceptions are there, like seasonable activities. All these things will be irrespective of the limit. They will assess under cash budget method. Risk rating, credit risk rating. Any MSME loan, when you are financing, you are supposed to do credit risk rating. This also covered maybe under policy. There are four type of risk ratings we do. One is portfolio model, another is small value model, another is manual model, and fourth one is CIRM, Canara Internal Rating Module. Please remember, again I am repeating, up to 2 lakhs, any MSME loan, if you are doing risk rating, that risk rating model will be called as portfolio model, and up to 2 lakhs, branch is not going to do any risk rating, and this risk rating will be taken care by head office. Second model, small value model, 2 to 20 lakhs. Any loan 2 to 20 lakhs, we use a rating sheet called small value model. 20 lakhs to 2 crores, we do risk rating under manual model. Above 2 crores, we do risk rating under CIRM. Earlier in Canara Bank, we call it as RAM. Now that RAM is changed to CIRM. They may ask what is the full form of CIRM. Canara Internal Rating Model. These are the risk rating model you have to remember, because you have to work in the branch also. Now what they are telling, in Mudra loans, we do up to 10 lakhs only. Up to 2 lakhs portfolio model, no issue. Small value model, actually it covers up to 20 lakhs. Because it is Mudra, we are financing up to 10 lakhs. They told small value model we use to do risk rating for Mudra from 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs. I have given a little bit elaboration because you have to remember the credit policy, and regarding credit risk rating, they may ask any question for what amount, what type of model you use. That is the reason I given a little bit information to you. Margin, any priority loan up to 25,000 nil. We need not remember, it is agriculture loan also up to 25,000 nil. Above 25,000, if you are sanctioning, we have to keep a margin of 15 to 25% for working capital. That means 15% also you can take, no problem. Please underline book debts. When you are financing against book debts under Mudra loan, the margin is 30%. If a person works in credit, he always thinks that book debt means 40%. But for Mudra loans, very exceptional number is there. That is 30%. I have seen in one exam, he asked under Mudra loan, what is the margin for book debts? Nobody could able to answer because they have not noted this figure very clearly. Now you have to understand this. Book debt means 30%. Remaining all you can remember 15%. For Shishu category loans, if you are sanctioning, what is Shishu category? Just now I told you SKT. S means up to 50,000 loan. That means those small loans what you are sanctioning under Mudra, Shishu category, up to 50,000. The maximum rate of interest you can charge is 12%. You cannot charge more than 12% to them. If you charge more than 12%, even CGFMU doesn't cover this loan. That's why bank always give less than 12% only. What is the security for these Mudra loans? Anyway, prime security means asset created out of loan. If you have given for machinery, that machinery is your prime security. That means that is created asset. Collateral security, please remember, up to 10 lakhs, you cannot take collateral, you cannot take third party guarantee. Okay. But when you are financing to a partnership firm, okay, when you are, there are promoters available in a particular business, their personal guarantee you can take. Partnership, yes, partners guarantee you can take. It cannot be called as third party guarantee. They are the beneficiaries. That's why we are taking guarantee in partnership firm. Promoters, if any promoter is there like proprietorship and all, those promoters also we can take guarantee. Okay, next. All loans coming under Mudra, including Mudra, not only covers MSME activity and agriculture activities, which I discussed with you. Along with that, they cover traders, even self-help groups, even educational institutions also eligible. This is with regard to Mudra. CGFMU cover, when you are not taking any collateral security, you have to take some guarantee. That guarantee name is called as CGFMU, Credit Guarantee Fund for Micro Units. How to cover this particular loan under CGFMU? In BAM 83 for Canara Bank and E-Syndicate Bank bill, they have to go to BAC 78. Under option 5, they have to put this credit guarantee fund. The code will come 141500115. And if you give CGF, cover their CGFMU, automatically this account will be covered at head office. You need not do anything. Okay. Repayment. How much repayment period I can give under Mudra loan? For maximum for working capital, it is 12 months. Okay. For a term loan, maximum 5 to 7 years you can give, but repayment holiday also you can give 2 to 3 months. If anybody asks what is the scheme code of Pradhan Mantri, this is 75410. And other important points which I want to tell you with regard to Mudra loan. CGFMU, that this is the CGFMU which gives guarantee to this loan, is a trust fund set up by Government of India. Please remember, everybody thinks it is NCTGC. No. CGFMU is set up by Government of India, managed by NCTGC. These are the two important bodies. Because if they ask in the examination, CGFM is a trust fund, who has set up? Everybody will go with this answer, NCTGC. So that is why I am stressing set up by government, managing only NCTGC is doing important. Okay. CGFMU guarantee cover. If you cover any account of Mudra under CGFMU, whether CGFMU is going to give you full amount? No. CGFMU says the first 3% of amount in default will be borne by the eligible lending institution. That means if you might have given a 10 lakhs loan, out of 10 lakhs loan, if the account become NPA and 10 lakhs liability is there, 3% of the 10 lakhs your bank has to bear. This is what they are telling. Remaining amount you can claim from CGFMU, and CGFMU will pay 75% of that amount. I hope I am clear. Again, I am repeating, the first 3% of amount in default will be borne by eligible lending institution. Whoever financed, they will pay 3%. Remaining whatever 97%, on that 75% you can claim from CGFMU and they will pay. And there is a CGFMU for MSME units, micro units. There is another unit called, another guarantee agency is called Credit Guarantee Scheme for Stand Up India. That is CGSSI. It is managed by again NCTGC, and all the loans of Stand Up India. Stand Up India cannot cover under CGFMU. Stand Up India will be covered under Credit Guarantee Scheme of Stand Up India. Next, what is meant by this Stand Up of India scheme? Stand Up India scheme, full cover 10 to 100 lakhs will be covered by them. What is the Stand Up India? Stand Up India means about 10 lakhs to 100 lakhs loan. Please remember. And whomever you give, it cannot be a Stand Up India. If you are giving to a woman beneficiary, if you are giving to a SC/ST beneficiary, then only this account will be classified under Stand Up India. But the amount is minimum 10 lakhs, maximum 1 crore. Now, other important points which recent circulars are telling, this Mudra entrepreneur logo, every borrower has to put in his shop in a vernacular language. That means which state, which language. If it is Andhra, they have to put it in Telugu. Okay. And branch and MSME applications, people can apply through online one portal. The portal name is Udyami Mitra portal. So every time branches has to go to this particular portal and they have to verify whether any applications are pending, and they have to dispose the application within the time. Okay, next. This already I told you. And now there is a new scheme called Sagar Tak Samudayak Vikas Yojana. This loan is given to coastal people, what is a fisherman, they will finance. The new scheme is given by the government, central government. This Sagar Tak Samudayak Vikas Yojana also will be covered under Pradhan Mantri Yojana and automatically under CGFMU. Self-help groups between 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs, between 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs, it will be covered under CGFMU. Only SHG loan, generally up to 10 lakhs only CGFMU covers, but only SHG loan, they will cover from 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs, and it is covered under 2020-21 only. Thereafter, they will see whether they want to continue or they don't want to continue. Please remember the guarantee fee for the SHG also 0.25% for first year and 0.5% for subsequent years. Generally CGFMU take 1%, but for CGFMU, they have given a lot of concession. First year 0.25, subsequent years 0.5%. And every amount covered, if for example, if CGFMU, I think in the next class I will cover CGTMSC CGFMU. These are all with regard to CGFMU points. For example, CGFMU has given a guarantee. Loan became NPA and CGFMU has paid the 3% you will bear. Remaining whatever amount is there, 75% they have bared. But later, you got the recovery. In the 10 lakhs loan, you got 5 lakhs recovery. That 5 lakhs recovery, you should pay back to CGFMU within 30 days. If you are not paying that amount within 30 days, CGFMU will penalize you. What extent they will penalize? 2% above the prevailing repo rate, you have to pay them penalty. Okay, this is very important thing you have to remember. Guarantee to micro units in aspirational districts, in some aspirational districts, if guarantee percent, they're charging only 0 on pro rata basis for first year of the guarantee they have taken. Later they will review. Okay, after 2 years, this is what they're telling. I already told you for Shishu loans, interest subvention is available. A circular has come. 2% interest subvention they will get for prompt repayment. If they pay promptly amount and all, they will get 2% interest subvention. For how much period? Up to 12 months, they will get this benefit. This is with regard to Mudra. I hope I am clear with the concept of Mudra to you. Mudra stands for Micro Unit Development Refinance Agency. Mudra loan up to 10 lakhs. SKT, Shishu, Kishore, Tarun. Shishu means 50,000. Kishore means 50,000, 1 to 5 lakhs. Tarun means 5 lakh, 1 to 10 lakhs. Because up to 10 lakhs only Mudra will be covered. To remember this SKT serially, we kept the words SKT. Okay, or you can keep at a checkpoint as Sanskrit. Okay, now coming to CGFMU and CGTMSC. Some important points I will cover, examination point of view. You know, CGFMU, almost whatever I have discussed while discussing Mudra, many points will be repeated in CGFMU. For a revision, just you can have it so that you will understand CGFMU. CGTMS is different, we will discuss. Again, CGFMU, you need not remember, this is a definition. And please remember, when that already I told you, you cannot take any collateral security if you are financing any Mudra loan. Any Mudra loan up to 10 lakhs, if you are financing, you should not take any collateral security, any third party guarantee. Okay. CGFMU loan will cover loans covered under all PMMY loans will be covered. Again, I'm telling this fund is set up by Government of India and managed by NCTGC. This loan is applicable to traders, SHGs, education institutions, which were so far not covered. Earlier, when CGTMS is there, they never used to cover these traders, SHGs and education institutions. But once the CGFMU came into picture, they used to cover these traders, SHGs, and education institutions. Stand Up India, I already told you, this cannot be covered under CGFMU. It's simple logic. Up to 10 lakhs only CGFMU will come into picture. Stand Up India means it will start from 10 lakhs and it will go up to 100 lakhs. That is the reason. Okay. I already told you. Again, same CGSS is managed by NCTGC. Its loans will be covered for Stand Up India loans will be covered under CGSSI. This fund will cover assistance over 10 lakhs up to 100 lakhs. That means this is the eligibility of CGSSI. Stand Up India, you have to give about 10 lakhs and up to 100 lakhs only. That is the reason that because CGSSI also giving guarantee, here also you should not take any collateral security or third party guarantee. NCTGC also covers, I told you already, they cover agriculture act, agriculture allied activities also they will cover. And I have already told you when I am talking on CGFMU, pisciculture, beekeeping, poultry, all these things they will cover. All as such, no collateral security, third party guarantee shall be obtained for such accounts if they are covered under CGFMU. Please remember, friends, if you are covering under CGFMU, you cannot take any collateral, you cannot take any third party guarantee. Again, same points are repeating here. I told you BAC 78 is the option for syndicate bank, e-syndicate bank people, and BAM 83 for Canara Bank people. They have to update this CGFMU in one field in BAM 83 or BAC 78. Okay. Uploading portfolio of guarantee coverage and preferring the claim. Centralized at head office level. Branch need not do anything under CGFMU. Just you have to do this job. That's all. Everything will be taken care by head office. Coverage they will do, demand they will give, you debit and send. If account became NPA, they will report to CGFMU. Claim they will make. Every headache head office is taking. We need not do any role. Okay. The role of the branches is to ensure that accounts are properly classified. You have to classify that account as PMMY automatically, and in BAM 83 CGFMU, your role is over. And please remember, credit guarantee is available on portfolio basis, not on individual loans like CGTMSE. Individual loan will be covered. No, here portfolio basis they will cover the entire CGFMU loans, PMMY loans in our bank. Now they may ask in CGFME what is a base year and all. So I took little bit time here. The financial year which the loan is granted is called base year. If this year, if somebody, this financial year 2020 or November, somebody has been financed, this year will be called as base year. Example, loan granted on 5/4/2017. Base year will be 17 to 18. Okay. What next? The last day of the working day, the last working day of financial year shall be known as date of crystallization of portfolio. This 31st March 2018, whatever date for this, whatever loans you are sanctioning in this particular year, 2018 31st March will be whatever amount in total SHG, total loans you have given under PMMY, that if you convert, that is called as crystallization of portfolio. Next, the total of loan sanctioned during a financial year forms the portfolio of the year. That means our bank might have sanctioned PMMY loans from April 2019 to 31st March 2000, some 100 loans with different loan amounts. The total amount will be called as portfolio amount for that financial year. Example, the total sanction during 2018 corresponding to the outstanding as on 31st March shall be the portfolio for the financial year 2017 and 18. Whatever loans, total loans in the financial year, base year will be called as portfolio. Example, if there are 5 lakh loans sanctioned during 17-18, for example, amount 7 crores. Okay, in the year we have sanctioned 5 lakh loans and the total amount is 7 lakh crore. But when it comes to, because on 31st March 2018 only they will cover, on 31st March outstanding amount is 5,800 crores. That means 1,200 crores parties have already paid in these loan accounts. Then which amount we have to take guarantee, or which amount we have to make the premium to CGFMU? This says the base year, whatever amount you have sanctioned will be will be taken for premium, not the outstanding amount. This amount they cannot take. This amount they will take, whatever sanction you made. And life of the guarantee portfolio, how much period they will give guarantee in CGFMU? 4 years. And that 4 years also, please remember, base year plus 3 years. What is the base year? I already discussed with you. The loan in which year it is sanctioned in the financial year, that is called base year. That base year plus 3 years, total 4 years they give guarantee. Example, guarantee cover will be available till March 31st, 2021. For example, this year is a base year. Then after base year ending, if 31st March 2018, before you have taken loan in that financial year, 18 is the base year. Then 19, 20, 21, 3 years it will be covered. This is how guarantee will be given by CGFMU. The portfolio is at the end of the 3rd year from the date of crystallization will finally settled and terminated. You have taken a 2018, you have taken a base year. This year the loan is covered. The loan is called as base year. After that, 3 years your account is covered under guarantee. 4 years are over. After 4 years, they will crystallize. They will see how many accounts became NPA, all these things, and they will settle to the bank and they will terminate the guarantee after 4 years. But the outstanding balance, because some accounts may running good, those accounts, the terminated portfolio at the end of the 3rd year will be deemed as new portfolio. If some accounts became NPA, means they will settle and all. But some accounts will be there, some 70 accounts, 70% accounts, they are running performing accounts. All these accounts, again, bank has to take a decision. They have to create a new portfolio for this performing assets, and they can tell CGFMU, please cover this 70% again for some more period. That period again will be 4 years. Like that we can cover. Okay. So maximum insurance will be given by CGFMU coverage is 4 years, base year plus 3 years. And coverage, when it will start, they say the date of payment of guarantee fee, when you are paying the guarantee fee to them, then and shall run through the agreed tenure to the micro loan, the termination date of portfolio, whichever is earlier. If you pay the guarantee fee, from there it will start giving you guarantee. Any guarantee fee consists a standard rate of 1%. Please remember, for CGFMU coverage, the premium you have to pay is 1% plus risk premium. What is called risk premium? Because it will be called in CGTMSE also. See, the bank has sanctioned so many loans and they might have become an NPA, and that NPA they might have given some payout. That amount they will take into consideration for fixing the risk premium. And the second thing they will see, what is the NPA of our bank. Both the things they will take into consideration, and they will fix some risk premium along with 1% plus this risk premium will be added. How is this work? Based on NPA percentage of your bank and claim payout ratio, how much they have paid. Those things will be taken by the guarantee, this CGFMU, and they will fix the premium. What are the changes recently came under CGFMU? For self-help group, up to 20 lakhs they are covering. Just now I told you this point when I am talking on Mudra loans. And the premium also they have given concession for CGFMU people. Self-help group, 0.25% first year and 0.5% for subsequent years. This question may come. SHG up to 20 lakhs can be covered, and premium discount they have given to these people. And who is the target for them? Please remember, this is CGTMSE. CGFMU is over. Now I am covering CGTMSE. Up to 10 lakhs, CGFMU is taking care because they are covering Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Only exception I told you, for self-help groups, they will cover up to 20 lakhs. Now coming to CGTMSE part, in examination point of view, they also cover all new existing micro and small enterprises. Please remember one important point here. CGFMU covers, the name itself says, Credit Guarantee Fund for micro units. Only micro units they will cover. When it comes to CGTMSE, CGTMSE cover micro and small only. Neither CGFMU nor your CGTMSE covers medium enterprises. Please understand this. They may ask this question. Okay. So micro and small enterprises, they do manufacturing, let them do service. All these accounts will be covered. But in CGTMSE, please remember, education institutions, self-help groups, and training institutions cannot be covered. You may confuse this. Education institution and self-help groups are covered in CGFMU, but here they are not covering. So this may be exception. You should remember. Agriculture, okay, you can understand they are not covering here. Okay, and coverage. How much amount they will cover under CGTMSE? You know pretty well, for all commercial banks like Canara Bank and all, it is covered up to 200 lakhs. But please remember, for RRBs, they will not give 200 lakhs guarantee. Up to 50 lakhs only they will give. Remaining all banks, they will cover up to 200. Okay. Term loan and working capital facilities also will be covered under CGTMSE. But please remember, if you want to cover CGTMSE, because they are giving guarantee, they always say, don't take any collateral security. Don't take any third party guarantee. The same is applicable when I discussed about CGFMU also. Coming to retail trade can be covered under CGTMSE, but only thing is, here also they don't cover up to 200 lakhs. For retail traders, CGTMSE covers up to 100 lakhs only. This is very important thing you have to remember. They may ask for traders, how much CGTMSE cover? 100 lakhs. Normally, manufacturing service, CGTMSE covers up to 200 lakhs. Okay. This cap of 200 lakhs is at the maximum guarantee cover limit, but 200 lakhs per borrower based on the outstanding credit facilities, and the borrower can avail incremental credit facilities. I will tell you with an example. If 200 lakhs loan party has availed, After 3 years, the liability might have come to 150 lakhs. Now, actually, CGTMSE covers up to 2 crores. But this man has taken 200 crores. That is maximum he has reached at that time. Now he has cleared the liability. 50 lakhs it has come down. That 50 lakhs, whatever came down, that amount, if he wants any other loan or expansion of this, again, that can be covered up to 200 lakhs. Okay. Coming to hybrid security. Before talking hybrid security, one more important point which I want to tell you with regard to CGTMSE. If you don't want to take guarantee under CGTMSE, you have to take collateral security of 75% from the borrower. That means if you want to sanction a loan of 100 lakhs, if party has to provide minimum 75 lakhs collateral security. If he is not providing 75 lakhs collateral security, for example, 74 lakhs, he is providing 1 lakh short, you have to go to CGTMSE for guarantee. But it was long back, it was this procedure we used to follow. But when hybrid security model came, there is a relaxation for this. See, now I'll tell you what is a hybrid security. 100 lakhs loan you have given. As per guidelines, 75 lakhs collateral security you have to take. But party offered only 60 lakhs. So we cannot go. We have to go for CGTMSE. But the bank now, CGTMSE says, okay, when party is offering 60 lakhs, why we are losing that property? We will take that 60 lakhs. Now, how much shortage? Remaining 40 lakhs. You take guarantee from me and I will give you the guarantee. Differential part, they will cover. This is called hybrid security model. Please remember, because 60% collateral bank is mortgaging and remaining 40% bank is taking guarantee from CGTMSE. So CGTMSE is also a very clever person. CGTMSE says, okay, you have taken 60 lakhs collateral, na? Give me also second charge on it. That is very important with regard to this. Okay. So hybrid model means less than 75% whatever coverage is missing, that can be covered under hybrid model. Now, risk premium. There I told 1%, only 1%. Please remember, SHG, first 1 year 0.25%, and after that 0.5%. That remember with regard to CGFME. Now coming to CGTMSE, how the guarantee fees. Here it is not a one slab like 1%. They have given different parties, different premium we have to charge. Here also that risk premium they will charge, no doubt. Up to 5 lakhs, any loan you are giving under CGTMSE, actually up to 10 lakhs, when CGFMU is there, why 5 lakhs they are asking here? Please remember, CGFMU covers only micro units. A small unit comes to you for 5 lakhs loan. Whether CGFMU will cover, they will not cover. So you can go to CGTMSE, you can tell CGTMSE, if maybe loan we might have taken 5 lakhs, but the account is classified as small enterprises. So you give guarantee, then CGTMSE will give guarantee. Okay. So that is the reason less than 5 lakhs also CGTMSE will cover. Now coming to fee structure, up to 5 lakhs, whomever you give loan, women, micro enterprises or Northeast region, the premium is even for others also 1% plus risk premium. That means up to 5 lakhs, 1%, which is equal to CGFMU. But if you are giving a loan of 5 to 50 lakhs and you are financing to women, micro enterprises or Northeast, the premium is 1.35 plus risk premium. But for all others, that if the, for this loan, if she is not a woman, men has come and it is not classifying micro unit and the unit is Northeast, not in Northeast, you have to take 1.50 plus risk premium. Above 50 lakhs, up to 200 lakhs, nothing is there. Straight away, you have to, anybody let them take loan, 1.80 plus risk premium. If he's a retail trader, this is very important line. Retail trader, how much they will cover CGTMSE? Up to 100 lakhs. But the charge premium, 2% plus risk premium, highest risk premium, because CGTMSE always feel financing to traders to buy banks are always risky. That is the reason they charge more premium. Please remember this important point. Okay. Now they have covered, they have taken the fees. Now loan became NPA. Now they have to pay back the amount. Now how they will pay once the account become NPA? Okay. You can see here, if it is a micro unit, up to 5 lakhs, 85% of amount in default, whatever account became NPA, that liability is there. Out of that, 85% will be paid. 85% of the amount subject to a maximum of 4.25 lakhs. For whom, sir? Up to 5 lakhs, whatever you are given loans, those loans only, they will give this much amount. Please remember, you need not remember this particular 4.25 lakhs. If you put 85% of 5 lakhs, automatically it will go to 4.25 lakhs only. So you not remember the amount. Maximum is 4.25 only. Okay. Next, if you have sanctioned above 5 lakhs loans up to 50 lakh loans for micro units, 75% of amount in default with a maximum of 37.5. Again, if you put 75% on 50, it will come 70. If it is loans are above 50 lakhs and 200 lakhs, for all the slabs, 75% of the amount, maximum 150 lakhs. What I want to tell you is all means above 50 lakhs, 200 lakhs, maybe micro, maybe women, any category, we have to give this much amount only. CGTMSE will pay back to you. Next, if he's a woman entrepreneur, units located other than the credit facility, women will prices are there for amount up 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs, 80% of the amount with a maximum of 40 lakhs. 80% of 50 lakhs is 40 lakhs only. So we need not remember, but percentage you have to remember. 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs, 80% they will give. And again, here also same amount, 75%. Okay. Coming to all other category. Here they have taken care for micro up to 5 lakhs, 5 to 50 lakhs. Here they have taken for women category, no problem. Other than these micro woman, anybody has taken the amount will be up to 50 lakhs, 75% of the amount, maximum 37.5 lakhs you have to, you guarantee amount they will pay. But above 50, 200 lakhs, irrespective of all these things, you have to take, you will get 75% of the amount subject to a maximum of 150 lakhs. What about MSME traders? Retail trade, I already told you, coverage will be 100 lakhs. And guarantee cover, you see, 50% of the amount with a maximum of 50 lakhs they will give, because they can take, they will give guarantee up to 100 lakhs. If it is, they are giving 100 lakhs, if they are giving 50% amount, means how much it will become? 50 lakhs only. Retail trader, even the premium is 2%. Generally, CGTMSE cover but retail trader they cover up to 100 lakhs. If 50%, you see for manufacturing all they are giving 85, 75. But for trader, they are not giving more amount. 50%, maximum 50 lakhs they will give. Now charges. MSE always guarantee comments from the date on which guarantee, even CGFM also same. CGFM also say the same thing. Okay. There I told you the coverage with regard to CGFM is 4 years. Basic 3 years, right? Yes, sir. I could able to share my screen.
Yeah. You continue, sir. Hello. Some network issue at your side, I think. I started recording. You can go ahead.
Okay. Friends, this I already covered you. This AGF charges, I covered you, guarantee covered you that when the guarantee fee is credited to their account of the trust, our account will be started covering under CGFM. Working capital facilities, I already told you, it will be covered for 5 years at a one block, and later one more 5 years if bank wants, they can definitely cover under CGFMU. The credit CGTMSE fees, when we have to pay, maybe CGTMSE permits you for next quarter, there is a rule, but the bank says very clearly as per 657 bar latest circular, CGTMSE facility, the credit facility is obtained, sorry, the coverage of guarantee cover, we should take 15 days from the date of sanction. Please remember, within 15 days from sanction, you have to cover any account under CGTMSE. This is the latest change bank told. So we have to cover. Further, if you are covering any account under CGTMSE, please ensure that there are no overdues in the account as on the material date. That means date of coverage of CGTMSE. When you are covering an account today on CGTMSE, you must ensure that there should not be any overdues in the account. That is called as material date. Marking of CGTMSE. Marking of CGTMSE means once account became NPA, you have to inform the guarantee agency this account became NPA. That is called marking of CGTMSE. Okay. In the CGTMSE portal, we have to do this. Actually, what we do is we inform to our advanced section, and advanced section will mark that part. Okay. So how many days we have to do this marking? If account became NPA this month means 15th of subsequent month. Within the next month, 15th, we have to mark this account. This is one important date we have to remember. After sanction, within 15 days, you have to cover under CGTMSE. First important point. Second important, if the account became NPA, now you have to inform. Marking means informing within 15 days from the subsequent month. Okay, if this account became this month, it became NPA means you have another 15 days in the subsequent. Preferring of claim. Now marking is done. Now you want to claim the amount from NPA because marking is over. Now you have to ask CGFMU, sir, you have given the guarantee, na? Pay the amount. Account became NPA. But the CGTMSE always says you have to claim the NPA once your shoot filing process is over. When you do all these recovery steps, then only you can claim. And please remember, then many times they asked, without filing shoot claim and all legal, for how much amount we can go directly to CGTMSE for making claim? 50,000. Sanctioning authority can say up to 50,000. CGTMSE also says 50,000 amount. Okay, you need not go for recovery and this suit filing and all. If you feel that you doesn't require, yes, you directly come to me. I will pay you the amount. So up to 50,000, these legal proceedings will not be done in CGTMSE covered account also. But if it is above 50,000, you have to do all the process. You have to file shoot against the party. Then only you can claim. So that is the reason for all this process. It will take time. That is the reason our bank says within 180 days of NPA date, when account became NPA, within 50 days, first you have informed him. Now within 180 days or within the NPA date or expiry of lock-in period. What is the lock-in period? The lock-in period means 18 months from the date of issue of guarantee cover. CGTMSE, whenever they have issued the guarantee cover, from there 18 months you have to wait, or 180 days from NPA, whichever is later. Remember this important point. When you have to claim within 180 days from NPA or expiry of lock-in period. What is lock-in period? 18 months from date of issue of guarantee cover or date of the last disbursement, whichever is later. This is the important line you have to remember. See, coverage you might have taken in 1/1/2020, for example. Okay. If 1/1/2020 onwards is repayment starts, okay, they will wait for 18 months. For example, you have started disbursing a loan of on 1/1/20. Disbursement took itself is 1 year. 1 year holiday is there. They are constructing. Then if account became within after 6 months, can we tell them that 18 months over? CGTMSE never agrees because for 1 year, account was not paid anything. 1 year, it is on repayment holiday only. Construction was going. That is the reason. From last disbursement Up from there, it is 18 months. Okay, this is the thing CGTMSE says. Next, working capital loans can be covered under CGMS scheme at the time of renewal. See, generally some accounts we will miss in covering of CGTMSE or CGFMU, whatever it may be. Working capital during renewal also we can cover under CGTMSE, no problem. But term loans cannot be covered. Term loan, how much period we can cover? If you have sanctioned in the month of November, for example, next quarter, that means 31st March before you could able to cover means term loan, okay. If you are unable to cover in the next subsequent quarter, your account cannot be covered at any point of time. Please remember. Okay, this is the important point with regard to CGTMSE. Mhm. Now, the third thing which I want to take up with you is what are the latest circulars this year MSME has issued? Because in many questions will come from latest circulars. So we will see what are the latest circular issued in MSME. That's one thing is what is the date called International MSME Day? 27th June. Examination point of view. Is there any appraisal forms bank has introduced this year? Yes. First, they have issued 5 crore to 25 crores. What is the number? And 10 lakhs to 1 crore and 1 crore to 5 crore. If you could able to remember, please remember this form. This is the first form they have issued. That's why 5 to 25 crore, they have given NF 1023. 10 lakhs to 1 crore, 1028. 1 crore to 5 crore, NF 1029. These are the forms they have issued. So I am expecting they may ask a question on this. This is a simplified on MSME not sure now. Okay. Next. SME. What is N 1024? 1023 is here. 2829. 2424 is for disbursement purpose. That's called disbursement. Disbursement. Whenever you do subsequent disbursements, you take a disbursement letter. That is called, that form number is NF 1024. NSME camps and outreach programs to be conducted on which date? Second and fourth Friday of every month. Please remember, you have second, fourth, second Saturday and fourth Saturday holiday, but MSME camps has to conducted one day before. That is second Friday and fourth Friday. HO circular 755. So automatically their I may go there. And 818 circular, again they have reiterated no collateral security, no third party guarantee. We should stipulate for loan up to 10 lakhs for micro and small enterprises. Please remember. Next, there is a circular on fintech companies. What is this fintech companies? These fintech companies will canvas proposals for the bank. There are two fintech companies as of now, and these two fintech companies less than 10 lakh, any mudra loan is there, they will refer to branch. Okay, this is what their main purpose of fintech companies. How many are there? 189 new branches in 11 circles. They have linked with these fintech companies for sourcing of MSE proposals. Number, this is very important with regard to registration. Earlier, SSI unit is coming means we used to take a certificate called SSI Part 1, Part 2. Later, it is Udyog Aadhar Memorandum. Now, after 1st July 2020, we cannot take these two forms from the new customer. You have to take Udyam registration certificate. Please remember. And what MSME, Ministry of MSME told, before March 31st, 2021, we have to take from all MSME entrepreneurs this certificate only. I hope I'm clear. This is Udyam registration certificate, SSI registration, we can say, MSME registration. This certificate should be given by all entrepreneurs, fresh, renewal, whoever it may be, by March 31st, 2021. Okay. Next, introduction of GST returns. Earlier, for GST returns, everybody, the person who has a turnover of more than 20 lakhs. From 820, it was modified. Now it is 40 lakhs. If it is in Northeast, it is 10 lakhs. And all other states, it is 40 lakhs. The above 40 lakhs turnover, if they are doing, means they have to mandatorily register under GST. If it is a Northeast state, above 10 lakhs. That is the thing you have to remember. Next important point. The enterprises, the business, enterprise means business, whose turnover is less than 1.5 crore during the financial year 1920, they can file GST return on quarterly basis. Please remember, less than 1.5 crore. Okay. And one more thing they told, GST format to be submitted to all the borrowers with working capital exposure of 5 crores and above, who gets fully partially applicable for 1st October 2021. What they are telling is, if somebody submits a stock statement to you and he is enjoying a limit of 5 crores and above, they have to give a this GST format. Okay. Fixation of quick ratio. Quick ratio means, I told you in the balance sheet class, current assets minus current liabilities is a, sorry, current assets minus current liabilities, net working capital. Current assets divided by current liability is current ratio. But if you want to take quick ratio, if you want to call out quick ratio, current asset minus inventory divided by current liability, right? Now, recently one circular has come for some big institutions, big borrowers. We have to see this quick ratio. They have given some benchmarks also in this circular. They say, if MSME borrower 10 crore and above, we have to see this quick ratio. Okay, they have given some MSME borrowers who are all the names and all. For them, about 10 crore, quick ratio is applicable. For a corporate, other than MSME borrowers, 50 crores and above is applicable. Okay. Earlier in civil, in the CIC, we used to take the 4 agencies. One is civil, another is Equifax, one is Experian, another is CRIF. All these 4 agencies, they give you the credit report of any particular borrower in MSME. But please remember, Equifax earlier, they never used to give this CIC of the firm. All are giving individual, no doubt. Equifax also giving. When you go to firm, that we call it as commercial civil or firm civil. Earlier, Equifax is not providing. Now, Equifax also providing commercial report, and they are charging 275 rupees plus tax. Introduction of monitoring cross default and other financial covenants. This is very, very important thing. Important circular came in 2018. See, cross default. A party is enjoying in Canara Bank in limit, and he is also enjoying a limit in Bank of Baroda. Okay, maybe some loans he is enjoying. Okay, then what happens is, he may default there in Bank of Baroda. Then he will be a cross default. We will see Canara Bank also, and we can classify him as a default, like deemed NPA. Okay, now you see, cross default can be defined as a default with one lender. Bank of Baroda, he has done default. That may trigger default with another lender. In Canara Bank also, we have to say that he has done default. Okay. Next, and this cross default, how we can say it's a cross default? The borrower is not paying lender for more than 30 days will be treated as cross default. Okay, cross default means used by the borrower to any lender, any other lender for more than 30 days he is not paying, will be called as a cross default. Next, for whom it is applicable, sir? Whether all loans it is applicable? No. Applicable for listed corporates 50 crores, and all MSME borrowers it is 1 crore. Okay, this is very important thing. And also we see some important points with regard to cross default. Okay, deterioration of more than 10% in actual level vis-a-vis sanction level, last reviewed level, it is a breach of financial covenants. See, he has told that I will do a sale of 100 lakhs. But he could not able to achieve more than 90%. That means he has told I will do this much, but he could not able to do that. So if there is a variation of 10% of what he told and what he arrived at the sanction, he told I will reach 100, but he achieved less than 90 lakhs. Then it is also breach of financial covenants. One important point. and we have to see P&L and balance sheet covenants of these eligible listed companies. These listed companies we have to see and to be monitored on quarterly basis and annually basis, how they are performing and all, respectively, to assess the deviation from sanctioned and accepted levels, if any. We have to verify on quarterly basis with regard to P&L and the balance sheet of this corporate bodies. Corporate means 50 crores and above. MSME means 1 crore and above. Enjoying in Bank of Baroda, how I will come to know he defaulted there so that I can trigger my default? There are two options. One is CRILC. CRILC stands for uh, uh, CRILC. CRILC will give up to 5 crores. Up to 5 crores repository of central repository information on large credit. This is called CRILC. This I is not there, wrongly came. CRILC. Central Registry on Information on Large Credit is CRILC. The CRILC is maintained by RBI. Okay. Above 5 crores, whatever loans every bank is having, they will report to CRILC on every Friday. After that, CIC reports, civil reports also you are having. Those reports also you can review for cross default. In CIC report, you can generate and you can see whether he has defaulted in any other bank or not. Based on that, you can take a decision. You can take CRILC report and you can verify and you can decide whether he has having overdues or not. These are the things available for you for assess the borrower whether he's defaulting or not. Default means 30 days. Coming to PSB loans. If any party applying MSME loan through PSB within 15 minutes, they have to give some charges. Now PSB loans is up to 5 crores. How much charge they have to pay if they apply loan under PSB? There is no convenience fee. First important point. Okay. If they are applying through our bank specific URL, there are two URLs will be available. One is our bank specific. Another is marketplace. Through market, from any place, any URL you can use, and he can apply through PSB 59. Once they apply PSB 59, within 59 minutes, we have to give provisional sanction, right? If they come to Canara Bank portal and if they apply, charges are different. If they go to marketplace URL and if they apply, there are different charges. Now you know what is a Mudra loan and what is a other than Mudra loan. Mudra loan means up to 10 lakhs loan. Above than that, other than Mudra. If a person is applying under PSB 59 minutes, a Mudra loan, he has to pay 1,000 rupees as a charge. They may ask, under PSB 59 minutes, if the party applies a loan under marketplace URL, what is the charge bank will, that URL will be collected for Mudra category? 1,000. Other than Mudra, 2,000. But in marketplace URL, they cannot apply renewal. They cannot apply renewal with enhancement. That is the reason it is not applicable. Only a new party can go to marketplace and apply renewal. Why he will go to marketplace? He will come to bank specific only. Or he will give a physical application to bank. Okay. So that is the reason. Marketplace, only one answer you have to remember. Only for fresh, anybody can go and apply. So 1,000 for Mudra. Other than Mudra, it is 2,000. When it comes to bank specific URL, now our own bank specific URL. Now what are the charges? Bank has given discount here. Here he has to pay 1,000. Here he has to pay only 650 rupees. But other than Mudra, 2,000 rupees. That means same amount he has to pay. Coming to renewal, again bank will charge for Mudra category 650 rupees and normal proposal 1,300, which is double of this 650. Next, only renewal. In any case, it is 300. Whether Mudra or other than Mudra, 300 rupees party has to pay. This is a recent circular 800/20. The examiner may pose a question on this. 635, value of plant and machinery. See, earlier the definition of MSME says the original investment in plant and machinery. That means party has purchased some machinery in 2015. Maybe by 2020, he might have purchased 5 crore machinery. Every year, 20% depreciation. 1 crore, 1 crore, 5 crores, the salvage value of the particular machine became zero. But still they say in MSME, earlier the guideline says you have to take original investment. That means you have to take 5 crores as investment even today also. But now they have changed this rule. They told they can take written down value method. That means depreciation will be taken care. At the end of the every financial year, we will see what is the balance amount. That amount only we will take for classification of any account under MSME. You know, na, micro means 1, 10, 50, multiplication of 5, 1 crore. That 1 crore only after return down value, what is the value you are getting? That only they will compare and we will classify that account as a micro, small, medium enterprises. I told you about fintech company 622 bar circular. This circular has reached. There are two companies. I told you fintech companies means MSME, micro and small loans only, not medium. Micro, small loans up to 10 lakhs. These companies will uh, canvas the proposal and they will give it to our branch managers for appraisal. There are two companies. One is Basics Sub K I Transactions Limited and another one is Athyati Technologies Private Limited. As of now, bank has made a tie-up agreement with these two fintech companies. Okay, and there is a scheme called MSME Sugam. MSME Sugam is nothing but tie up with this fintech companies. That's all. If through fintech companies, if you are financing any loan, working capital or term loan, that is called MSME Sugam. So MSME Sugam is strictly extended only through origination tie-up and not otherwise. Through tie-up, whatever you are with these fintech companies, we have a tie-up. With this, if you are doing, that will be classified. MSME OTR, you know this one-time restructuring. It has come long back, but main important points we will discuss. That's all in this one slide. MSME OTR. MSME OTR, the maximum amount you can do is 25 crores. That's all. Not to exceed 25 crores. First important point. And what is the date for that? March 1st, 2020. March 1st, 2020. What is the exposure the party is having? We have to see. If it is less than 25 crores, you can go under OTR scheme. Amount and date, both are important. And even on March 1st, this account should be in standard asset only. And GST registration is must for eligible activities. So these three are the eligibility criteria for them. The restructure of the borrower is, and one more thing, March 1st, 2020 is a cutoff date to see the exposure. What is the liability? Up to 25 crores as on March 1st, 20 only we will give. Okay. And it should be a standard asset. And this restructuring should be implemented by March 31st, 2021. Please remember, up to 10 lakhs, branch can sanction, branch can clear this OTR proposal. About 10 lakhs, branch can't do. They have to send it to RO or CO, whatever it may be, for OTR. Restructured account, always you remember, we have to keep a extra provisioning of 5%. I think this was discussed by some lecture. Interest subvention scheme for Mudra. I already told you up to 50,000 loans will be called as issue under MSME, SKT. I told you up to 2%. If interest subvention, these issue loans will get. Issue means 50,000 loans. 2% subvention. How much period? 12 months. That's all. But please remember, these 12 months, if anybody has taken exception with regard to when COVID, the repayment holiday they have given, moratorium if they permitted, for them, this particular interest subvention 2%, they will receive up after September 1st till August 31st. Because up to August, the moratorium period is continued. After the moratorium period, you cannot give interest. After that, from September 1st to August 31st, 1 year, you can pay this 2% interest subvention. If the borrower's scheme would commence, if he has not taken anything, he has not taken any moratorium, then from June 1st onwards, it will come 2021. This is with regard to this interest subvention scheme for Mudra loan. Please remember, you forget everything, but you should not forget this. 2% subvention for issue loan they will give, and for 12 months they will give. This is the important thing. ACI rating. ACI rating, when they will do? ACI rating means external commercial rating. About 10 crore proposals only we do. Please remember, we do risk rating internally. I told you, Canara internal rating model. CIRM we will do about 10 crores for any amount we do under CIRM. But please remember, if the proposal is about 10 crores, we will also ask the borrower to go for ACI rating. ACI rating means CRISIL, ICRA, CARE, SMERA, all these agencies will be called as ACI rating agencies. if from any agency, borrower has to go for risk rating other than your bank risk rating. They will also give a risk rating. Please remember, our risk rating we call low risk, normal risk, medium risk, high risk. But they will call these agencies always triple A, double A, triple B, double B, like that. You might have heard these names. Those risk rating they will give, and that risk rating will be used for pricing. Rate of interest purpose, we use that ACA rating for about 10 crore proposals. Now I am coming to what are all the agencies which gives you this risk rating, ACA rating. Who is doing? What are the agencies? The one is CARE, another is CRISIL, and third is ICRA, and fourth is Brickwork Ratings. These four agencies, along with that, Informerix, one company, and India Ratings, one company, and Acute Ratings. These three companies are also providing domestic rating. In India, if you want to take any rating of any particular firm, you have to approach these seven firms. Please remember, from examination point of view, I made this bold. CRISIL, CARE, ICRA, BRIC, by name, we can tell it is a domestic agency. Informerix, it looks like a foreign company. So underline this. Informerix, also a domestic rate agency, number one. Number two, India Ratings. Earlier, the name of that particular company is Fitch. Fitch is a foreign company. So that is the reason they have changed the name to India Ratings. So please remember, in the examination, they ask, what is the new name of Fitch? Like that, SMERA is there earlier. SMERA is changed to Acute Ratings and Research Limited. They also changed the name SMERA. But this question is very, very important. Fitch changed to India Ratings. This is with regard to domestic rate agencies. Coming to international rate agencies, how many international rate agencies are? Only three. Again, Fitch will come here. Moody's is there, and last one is Standard and Poor Rating. These are the three international credit agencies you have, but domestic credit agencies we have seven. They may ask any point of time any question. ACA rating will be done up to what amount? 10 crore. What are all the domestic credit? They will ask which is not a domestic credit agency. They will put some 4, 5, and they will add something like Standard and Poor or something. Now you have to remove the answer. Almost I came to the end. Credit scoring model. Please remember, whenever you are doing any MSME proposal up to 2 crores, you have to do this credit scoring model. This is different from credit risk rating. That is different. This is different. Risk rating you do for fixing rate of interest, seeing your delegation of powers, all these things. But credit scoring model is a, just like in retail lending loans, we do that rating sheet, NF 990, or if it is 70% above, we finance. Like that, in MSME also, one format bank has introduced in 2014 itself, 251/2014. Now bank reiterated the guidelines to tell to each syndicate bank people there is a format like this. So credit scoring model, when we use only first time, if somebody is coming for advance for a first time to your bank, for him only you have to do credit scoring model. For what amount, sir? For 100 crores also they should do? No, up to 2 crore. These are the two important points you have to remember. Credit scoring model is applicable to a businessman coming first time to our fold. Number one. Number two, the total maximum loan amount is up to 2 crores only. Marks and all you remember. When you do this credit scoring model, if party got less than 60% of the score, less than 60%, he is not eligible. Above 60% he should score, then only he is eligible to get finance from bank. Okay, if you got 59%, can you reject the proposal? No. MSME proposals, next higher authority only can do. Please remember, with the prior concurrence you can do. You have to inform to your RO that you want to reject this proposal. You have to take prior concurrence from them. Then you can reject the proposal. CMR rating. CIBIL MSME rank, this is called as. This is applicable from 10 lakhs to 10 crores. There are some important points with regard to this. 233/2020 circular I have given. If you want to go, you can go there. What is the CIBIL MSME rank? I will tell you. When you generate CIBIL of a firm, commercial CIBIL of a firm, then you will find one CIBIL MSME rank. It will be in the CIBIL report. It will give a report from 1 to 10 marks. CIBIL MSME will give 1 to 10 marks. 1 is best, 10 is worst. Sir, when we have to generate about 10 lakhs only, not less than 10 lakhs, and up to 10 crores, we have to generate. And CIBIL MSME rating, if party gets 1, 2, for a new party has come to your fold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if he is getting score, good borrower, they don't know one is best. So 1 to 5, respective sanctioning authority can sanction. If coming 6 and 7, you have to take 100% collateral security and branch manager can sanction, whoever sanctioning authority, they can sanction. If he gets 8, 9, 10, he loan cannot be sanctioned. This is for fresh. If a person came fresh, renewal also is there. There are different guidelines. You have to go to Route 33/20 and you can verify that. Now coming to PSB loan in 59 minutes. That's what I told you. Now the amount with regard to PSB 59 is increased to 5 crores. And the last point which I want to tell you is extra due diligence report for MSME proposals. When MSME proposals, when you receive above when you receive above 10 lakhs, generally what you will do, you cover under CGTMSE. If you want to cover, you can cover under CGTMSE. Please remember, whenever you are covering any account under CGTMSE above 10 lakhs, this extra due diligence, extra report we have to take from this, some credit agencies like what we have discussed, domestic credit agencies, the bank had made a tie-up with some of the agencies. We have to tell them, sir, please appraise the proposal. Please remember, as a branch manager, you have to appraise the proposal, and at the same time, the other agency also will appraise the proposal. If it is above 10 lakhs, and if you want to cover under CGTMSE, this is must. Why? Why this is must? Why this is must? Because I will tell you. See, CGTMSE, if you cover a from 50 lakhs account under CGTMSE, now our branch manager has appraised the proposal. After 1 year or 6 months, account become NPA. Now what CGTMSE says, no, your manager has not appraised properly. That's why this account become NPA. I don't want to give the guarantee amount to you. This problem may come. So to avoid this, if you remember, or to have a supporting document, now bank said, whenever you are sanctioning about 10 lakh proposals and you want to cover under CGTMSE, manager will appraise the proposal, and at the same time, other agency will also come. They will also visit the unit, borrowers, residents, appraisal, everything they will do, and they will give a report to you whether you can finance to that borrower or not. If they also give a certificate, yes, you can finance. That means what? If at all in future, if CGTMSE says no, then automatically we can tell to CGTMSE, Baba, you see, not only my manager, we have even one domestic agency also covered, and they also informed he is a good party. Then only we have sanctioned. This is called extra due diligence, extra report, extra appraisal. So with this, I'm concluding this session of circulars, recent circulars with regard to MSME. Now the time is 9:15 because we lost around 15-30 minutes. But I don't think I need some time to MSME schemes, which I may not cover. So today I will stop this session here. If one more session, if I got, I will try to cover MSME schemes, and one retail lending is left out. Thank you very much, friends. And I hope many people could not able to join today because of the technical issue. So don't worry, we will share this video so that people can watch it. Anandan sir? Anandan sir?